Hi guys, I'm back. I am currently still arguing with Louisiana Child Support. Um, they had an attorney call, their attorney call, so that they could settle this, figure out all the issues. Well, this has been going on for quite some time. Me and her had a discussion about overpayments. Um, his emancipation date was February 1st, 2024. It is now May 22nd, and it's still going on. I have a whole file. I was notified by her that I have some documents that they don't have because of a storm took out a lot of their uh, files. I was asked for them, and I obliged. I was told not to. You know, it's up to them to do that. In the meantime, my husband's up for promotion and a raise, and it's pending on him getting his passport. Well, on their website, it shows $914 in arrears, but they haven't included 3 tax offsets in the last 6 months. One offset is $16.93. The next offset is $16.11, and this latest one was $914. So I discussed that with the lady from Child Support. She said that, they'll look into it. They'll go over all the documents I sent them. I sent them all the pay stubs and everything else. Now, it is 3 months later since we started this endeavor. Well, actually 4 or 5. But with me just dealing with her, it's been the last couple of months. Now, they had acknowledged that they were overpaying him a while back. And they were sending checks after check after check of reimbursement. But a lot of those checks didn't make it to us. And they're, saying that they were cashed. So, you know, I'm like, well, tell me the bank that they were cashed at. There'd be 2 accounts that they would be cashed in. Because I have all these are uncashed checks from child support. We had sent in forms for it long ago. I said, look, the thing that I'm most concerned about is my husband's passport. Why is it on denial? Because state statute for Louisiana is if the non-custodial parent owes greater than $2,500, then they deny passport. Well, he doesn't owe $2,500. We've proved it to him time and time again. I mean, I have a list here, and I have documents. This is their audit right here. This is all the configuration of all the payments. Now I'm waiting for, other tax offsets that we don't have. I mean, And I was accurate. I wasn't trying to be vicious or, you know, demanding or Karen. What I was trying to do was get them to say, hey, you know what? We made a mistake. Let's fix this. You know, they don't call us when there's a mistake. They just automatically say, hey, there's a mistake, and you'll find out when you see your paycheck, or when you file your taxes, or on the credit bureau when your score is going down and down and down and down, which we've had this problem with them before. On this, it even states, goes all the way back. All the way back. I mean, I wasn't being vicious, you know. Like 2012, he underpaid by $79. Okay, so he was arrears $79. 2013, there was an issue and he got furloughed because there was no work left. And it's not my husband's a deadbeat. It's not that he doesn't work. When he didn't have that issue, or when he did have that issue, he went and found other means of income. He went and climbed towers. He did cell towers. Um, the one time he got put on furlough because she filed for a secondary uh, child support order in Tennessee. Um, he had to go to hearings for there. We argued the point with them. We told them, look, he's paying child support for this child in Louisiana. They said they didn't want to hear it. So she knew. She didn't come forth and tell the truth and tell them, hey, there's a child support order. She was trying to avoid him getting to have any interactions with his daughter. So we argued that. It went on his credit report because they didn't. They wanted something that was already being paid. They, in fact, took um, a tax offset when we weren't in arrears with Louisiana, and because they went and tried to claim all these, it came down to everything was on hold. Money was being taken out, but it wasn't being issued to either or, which put him in arrears until they could settle this. Well, that goes to them reporting him, like right now. He's still being reported to the credit bureau, the lottery division, and whatever else. Now, I did all the figures from 2009 to present. The total came to $92,213. He has paid in $99,358.73, not to mention the extras, which gave him an overpayment of $7,145. I mean, I broke it down. I used their website, part of their calculations. I used the receipts that we had, pay stubs. Nothing that, I didn't have a paper trail for. Um, when I was in doubt, I used their figures. And they were probably off too, because I noticed a lot. Now, they put us on hold until they can rectify the issue. While on hold, they're holding all this money. Now, when we had custody of Briley, Whoops, his daughter. It was the fact being that um, we had her, we called them, we notified them, we let them know. Once again, they put it on hold for a court hearing. Well, they set the court hearing we called in July. The hearing was in the middle of January, I believe. And they put all that on hold. The child decided she didn't like the rules of this house because she was not looked upon as an adult, as, you know, she wanted. Um, she called her mom, left in uh, November, the end of November. So when we touched base with them in January at the court hearing, the caseworker said, well, it's up to the mom to decide whether or not you get to receive the money that you paid in while you had her. Well, how fair is that? I mean, we should be able to decide whether she gets money. I mean, I have documents stating that she signed custody of his child over to other people without even asking, notifying, or anything at all. We weren't notified of it. The other dad of her other daughter was not notified. I mean, I'm going to hide her name. But right there, I mean, would she not be responsible for half of the child support? Seeming how she didn't have her child. Had he had been notified, there wouldn't have been an issue. But let's talk about accountability. There is no accountability for the mother. I'm sorry. I am a mom. I take accountability for all my children. Their good doing and their wrong doing. I mean, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Now, I've been trying to get some answer because my husband's on a timeline because he's supposed to be going to Japan for training and for some work for his promotion. I explained to this lady who called us from child support because child support workers didn't want to deal with it. Okay, not a problem. I'm not hard to deal with, you know. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll admit to that. But don't expect me to roll over and play dead, because that's not going to happen. We're trying to build a life. My husband's trying to excel. Now, in the last video, I left my email. It's LUVSONRISA2 @hotmail.com. For anyone who was having this same issue, and there's a few people who came forward that has the same issue. I'm not exactly sure what ethnic group a few of them are from, but there was 2 other black males who had the issue that my husband's having. So, there's probably more out there. I just think that this needs to be settled. It should have been settled February 1st, 2024. Their last time of reporting my husband to any of the agencies was May 4th of 2024. Now come June, it will be the same, which now is starting to irritate me because it's affecting his credit score. One viewer said, file for bankruptcy. Why would we file for bankruptcy? Really? To hurt our credit even more? I mean, it just seems like every time we go someplace or do something, there's another brick in the wall, and we can't get over this wall because one agency is holding this up. I mean, how long does it take to do the figures? I mean, it took me about a week, but I was going through radiation treatment. I was kind of sick. When we moved, a lot of my files got placed in numerous different totes, so I had to search through totes. Um, they tipped over my filing cabinet when we were moving, so files got placed in totes. Um, I found the majority of them. We had a vacated order from Tennessee. They're claiming it was dismissed, but on our copy, red letter said vacated. It was vacated from the mom because she didn't want my husband to have any kind of dealings with his daughter. That's her pawn in this game. And I really wish they'd get people that understood that or looked at the whole picture instead of this picture. Mom said, well, dad's a deadbeat, blah, 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 and they go by that. We've never hidden from child support. They said call, let them know if there was changes in the circumstances. Like, we called and let them know that he was furloughed because of this one Tennessee hearing years back. And they said, well, there's nothing they can do about it. You still have the obligation. We have the paperwork right there stating that if there was a 25% difference in changes, you know, there would be some kind of adjustment. We were also told that when the child turned 5, mom would have to start reporting her income so that, you know, everything could be adjusted accordingly. Well, that never happened. The last court hearing we went to, the judge actually was kind of upset because this whole time they have all these people crammed in this courtroom, and child support didn't have their stuff together. And the judge made comment to one of the workers, I don't know who it was, I don't remember, that, you know, it's been an hour and a half and they've only seen one case. They need to get their stuff together. Well, that should show that things aren't together. I realize they're overloaded. I realize they're short-handed. Maybe they might want to think about a pay increase or some types of benefits or actually getting people in there who want more than a paycheck and ruining other people's lives. I mean, hey, call it as you see it. I mean, we were trying to explain while we were there in January of 2023, hey, look, this is what we have. And my husband doesn't really speak up because he just doesn't like conflict. Um, Not to say he won't speak up, because believe me, I hear about this all the time from him. Um, I got told, no, I'll speak to him, but I'm not going to speak to you. And I was trying to show them, hey, this is our documentation. They didn't want to hear that. She took my husband back to some office or something. He came out and he was irritated, which is normal. They said, do you have proof that you had custody of this child? Yeah. We have the child's text messages, the mom's text messages. I have the school records. I have the report cards. Um, yeah, we had the proof. We even had proof that mom signed over rights. We had proof that mom left this child with some lady for 2 years. That's how we ended up with this child, because she had no place to go. And then all of a sudden, mom's, oh, you took my daughter. Well, really? You done left your kid up teen times. You signed over rights and stuff. The child lost. She could have had a dad. She still does have a dad, but with what mom has put in her head, she said dad never paid anything for her. I went and got documentation and showed it to her. I said, look, your dad's been paying. We've sent this, this, and this. Here's a record. We sent little Visa cards, prepaid Visa cards, because we sent clothes and stuff. And mom was like, well, they don't fit her. What do you want me to do with it? You know, well, take it back to Sears. Exchange them for clothes that she can wear. Sears does that. She wouldn't do it. So we sent her a prepaid Visa card. Well, I don't know any child that gets a tattoo on their foot, or actually walks to Blimpies on a regular basis and gets Blimpies. There was a few other charges which I have copies of. She said that she never got it. Well, had she got the clothes and stuff, there was another one in that box. They're all the places that she goes to near her house. She's trying to say that maybe her sister took it. Oh, you know how she is. Well, I'm sorry. You post pictures on Facebook of brand new tattoos, and there's a tattoo charge on that prepaid card for the child. Yes, I dot my I's and cross my T's. Still, they didn't want to hear it. He's the dad. He's at fault. He's, you know, responsible. Not that he's not responsible. He is responsible. He's wanted everything to do with his daughter. Before she up and took and hid his child, he was everywhere he went. She went except for his job. Mom would ditch out for 2 weeks and take the child, leave the child, come back without the child. And he used to get infuriated about it. Wants his child home, wants to see, know where his child is. Can't blame him. Can't blame him in the least. Um, but at some point in time, gotta call it quits. I mean, it just to the point where enough is enough. The child was told she needs something, wants something. Okay, call, let us know. As long as it's within reason. Yep, nothing. I mean, it just gets to the point where, you know, you can only be so nice for so long. She didn't get her way, so she didn't tell us she was leaving. I knew. Dad didn't realize that, but it got to the point of, you know, how much is enough. Um, at some point in time, it gets redundant, and this is what this is. It's redundancy. I mean, they've been doing this since, you know, we oh, matter of fact, here it is.
Well, bitch, if taking care of a 16-year-old is so bad, you should have told me. Then I would have never fucking came over there. Because I'm not gonna change how the fuck I was to be with a white bitch. Like, you're literally a white hoe
This is how
with
she
a
talks to me.
32-year-old dude. That's like pedophilia right the fuck there. Like, bitch, what the fuck?
I mean, she's threatened to kill me.
Yeah, but my mom isn't the best. But who are you to talk? Most of your kids are in jail anyway. Okay, and first off, who is it your place to talk about my mama? Like, you're so immature, Kim.
Let's see.
And I advise you to leave my aunt out of shit because, that's one thing that I wish you would have rung up sooner because that would have gave me a chance to just drag you across the table and bust your whole face up, Kim. I wish you would have brought it up while I was there. But now you want to bring it up while I'm gone? Now that's some pussy stuff right there. And that just calls for you a pussy mama. That's why your son beat on their wives. That's not gang stuff. That's just pussy stuff. And you a little pussy too.
That's how she
And I,
talks to me. She's threatened to kill me.
why are you fighting with a 16-year-old child? Ain't you?
I mean, it's just,
And you want to know something, fucking Kim, bro? Don't nobody give a fuck what you got going on, bro. If you really so fucking worried, bitch, I'll send everything you fucking bought back. You can have that shit back, because I can buy my own shit. I already ain't need the phone or the fucking laptop in the first place. You can have the shit back. I don't fucking need it. Call the cops, have them at my door when I get the fuck home. Call child services. I'll talk to them bitches myself, because I'm the last person you want to see while in the fucking courtroom. Okay? Quit fucking texting me. Ain't don't nobody care about you or your fucking bullshit. Start looking for nursing home because you already on your last fucking life, bitch.
I mean, this is what we went through. Because we said no, there was a phone call from a family member. And no, my sons do not beat on their wives. My youngest son has been happily married for the last 7 years, 8 years. My oldest son, yes, he has a temper. But it's mutual between him and whoever. But that's a different story. Um, and yes, he gets told about it by me. Um, it goes. The school told me to press charges because she's called and threatened to kill me. The voice messages of her threatening to go kill me. She's a very rude little girl. Um, Nothing matters. But I can't blame her. And I don't blame her. Um, I blame mom. Mom put it in her head that, dad wasn't any good. He was a deadbeat, you know, which he wasn't. And I showed it to her. We explained to her, look, we sent you stuff, you know, we um, try to get you. We tried to reach you. We tried to, get visitation. This is what mom has done. Mom has blasted him all over Facebook saying he's a deadbeat dad. She sent him a thing saying that, you know, all she wanted was money, blah blah. She wiped out his bank account for almost 2 months after she left him $17 for 80 hours of work. And he doesn't have, a sit down job. He has a very demanding, hard job. It's laborious. Of course, didn't care. She changed his address and was receiving mail from his work because he had a government credit card. And in the process of doing that, she received the statements and other things like that. Didn't notify him that she changed his address. She didn't care. She got away with it. She put utilities in his name. Well, miraculous. I mean, it's just something unbelievable. Um, her next husband looks like my husband. I thought they were kidding until they showed me a picture. And yeah, she had some of his IDs from work and stuff. And they were able to get utilities turned on in his name. She changed information that he had bought a car, brand new car, an Elantra. She told him, yep, I'm making payments, I'm making payments. Yeah, she wasn't making payments. Not one. She was just hiding the car. Um, she changed his phone number for that company so that they call her phone and not his. Um, he took her at face value. He was trying to be reasonable. Found out to get kicked in the butt when you're reasonable. He got hit with the whole $17,000. She was not. It took him 2 years to find that car. And we didn't know about it until the last minute when they repoed the car. That went on his credit. Um, the child support issue. This woman has literally, she's vicious. She makes women look bad. But it's worse when child support refuses to even give it the time. I mean, the statute alone for the passport. It's stated right there. On their documentations, he only owes $914. Why is his passport denied? Why didn't she be held responsible for part of the child support when she signed her rights over? Now, why did she do that? Well, according to Briley, she had a lot of issues. I don't know. And I'm not going to speculate because I'm not going to get in trouble for saying what I think it is. But we called DCF when his first wife's father called us. Said, hey, come get Briley. There's an issue. My husband, not wanting to, get put in jail for kidnapping his own child, was trying to go the legal route. We called DCF. We called the school to ask school questions. We sent him the documentation that he had the right to check on his child and receive report cards and reports from the school. They sent us a report card, but wouldn't tell us anything else. He had the court documents before it got vacated that he was allowed to call his child twice a week. He tried calling numerous times. Mom ended up calling Louisiana police, who called and threatened to arrest him if he called that number one more time. The officer did not want to hear that he had a court order. It doesn't matter to him. It's harassment, blah, 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 and a few other things. And they called my husband while he's at work. He took the call. He's not supposed to, but he took the call. I mean, there's just so much. And every step of the way, it seems like she gets away with more and more. Child graduates this week. Thank them. And actually, it's not graduation because her grades, it's more of an attendance. If anybody has any suggestions on how to get around this or to speed up the process so my husband doesn't get passed over on his promotion or his raise or be able to go to Japan to have that experience and put on his resume, please help. Leave a comment, email me. Anyone else who has had problems with Louisiana Child Support. I mean, together as a whole instead of an individual may get some things done. The lady that I was talking to said, well, if you go to the, higher up, get the bills changed. Well, that's why I called the NAACP. Seems to have a handle on how to, deal with that kind of stuff. I mean, yes, there are deadbeat dads. And believe me, there are. I'm not saying there isn't. There's also deadbeat moms. But when you got a father trying and every door gets slammed in his face, gets called the N-word, gets told that he's a deadbeat, and his daughter's kind of against him over what mom has said, despite her shortcomings, I'll say that. I mean, but this is getting kind of long. I have an appointment in about an hour, so I gotta get ready for that. But please let us know. And I know it says I have 2 subscribers, but I'm not sure who they are. But something tells me one of them is Louisiana's Child Support. I hope you get some of the information. I hope you take it and use it. I really do. Because I don't believe it should take longer than 2 weeks. And it's now going on years. But the present situation right now, I've made it known to them since last year. But I've been really on the ball since January because we knew this promotion was coming up. There's no reason to hold my husband back from going on forward. I mean, if that's their deal, well, I haven't heard anything. I got told to please be patient. So, at the end of this week, we have Ken, it's a local TV guy who deals with issues like this. We'll get it in the news. Maybe things will change then. Um, I was told we could look under willful negligence because they know, and I've given them the proof, and they're still doing it. Um, Another one said derelict of duties. Yeah, I mean, I've handed over the information, and I mean, I handed it to them on a plate. It had their figures and my figures. So, I don't know how come it hasn't came to a resolution yet, but um, it's about time that it does. It's a little late, but a little late is better than never. But even though she turned 18, I know it's not the end of this. Mom doesn't let that go. So please leave your comments, email me. Um, Maybe we can help child support redefine their guidelines. Thanks. Bye.